Thank you. Hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me pretty good? Good back there? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Welcome to Yoga Core. Thank you for being here. We are going to start on our backs today, so just lie back and we're going to start in Shavasana. So just come back onto your back. Allow your palms to be facing to the sky, your feet going separate directions. Feel your body connecting with your mat below you. And if it feels comfortable, close your eyes. In the first few minutes of class, we're just going to connect with our breath. So, nothing else to think about besides our breathing. So, let your heart rate start to slow down. Allow yourself to feel peaceful and safe, and start to feel the pranayama, which is our life force, our breath moving through our body. Inhaling, filling up our lungs, belly rising. And exhale, nice and slow, complete exhales. Start to slow your breath down. Try to have a relationship with your breath. Maybe it helps if you count 4-second inhales and 4-second exhales. Feels good exhaling out of the mouth, releasing all the toxic waste and thoughts that we have sitting in our body sometimes. Take 5 nice, deep, long breaths while you're in your Shavasana. Know that the next 45 minutes are for you, and I'm here to guide you through this beautiful practice of yoga. But if I ever offer anything that feels a little much, you're always welcome to take a child's pose or a resting pose. Give yourself a little break. Just continue breathing here. Feeling nice and peaceful. Take a couple more breaths in Shavasana. Finish your last breath and you've exhaled everything out. Take your right sole of your foot on the inside of your left inner thigh. So you're in like a tree lying down pose. We're just going to start with some gentle hip opening the first few minutes of class. So just be a nice tree on the earth, nice and peaceful. If you're craving a deeper stretch, you can extend your right leg out if you want. Otherwise, just be in your tree and be here for 3 breaths. So just take your time with the breathing. It's really important to keep your breath at a nice, calm space so that your body feels nice and peaceful. So one more breath. And then when you've finished your last exhale, pick up your right knee And we're going to come into a wind relieving pose, and you're just going to squeeze your knee into your body, so for some compression. And then bring your knee towards your armpit, your right armpit, and then move your knee around, maybe make little circles. And then we're going to do a little spinal stretch. So just bring your knee across your body towards the left and open up your right arm. And let your gaze follow your fingertips if that feels good for your neck. And just feel that nice stretch on your back. Stay for 3 breaths. Remembering to take complete inhales and complete exhales. One last breath. Exhale, release your leg and extend it back down to meet your other, and then lift up your left leg and do tree on the left side. Maybe you want to bring your hands over your head or do something different with your hands. Maybe cactus arms. A little gentle heart opening. Stay here for 3 breaths. Remembering to really honor your breath and slow down here. Another breath. Complete exhale. And then we're going to inhale and pick up our left knee. And we're going to squeeze the knee in towards our chest. And then bring the knee towards your left armpit, some hip opening. And then just move it, swivel it left and right for a couple times with your breath. And then bring your knee across your body, opening up for your twist on the left. Left arm extends. Maybe your gaze follows your fingertips. Stay for 3 breaths. One more breath. And then we're going to release our left knee and extend it back down. But then we're going to pick up both of our knees. And then we're going to start making circular motions with our knees. So first, bring them outward, inhaling out, exhale in with your circles. You should be feeling your hips loosening up here. Just move with your breath. Maybe do that about 3 or 4 times in one direction. Inhale to open. Exhale, close. And you can move opposite directions. About 3 to 4 breaths. You finished off your last breath cycle, you feel even, just grab onto either your feet or your shins, and we'll just do a happy baby. We're starting off with a happy baby. It's good to open your hips in the beginning of class. So you can rock your baby. You can be a still baby. You can extend one leg out if you want, and the other one might be too early for that, but if that's what you want, just listen to your body. Move and rock. Feel that pull back on your mat. And then we will release our legs, our feet down, and then we're going to grab behind our knees. So what we're doing is some spinal rolls, and we're going to come up 3 to 4 spinal rolls. I was told that 5 is too much. I don't believe that, but somebody told me that. So we're gonna do 4, maybe 5, because I'm a rebel. We'll come up onto our knees and we're gonna come into a tabletop. So before we start moving in tabletop, let's just bring our wrists under our shoulders, knees under hips, feel the connection with your mat, and then we'll move through some cows and cats. So inhaling to lift our heart and our tail, our eyes behind our brain. Exhale, navel to spine, chin to chest, rounding. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your tail, reach your heart up. Exhale, hunch your spine even deeper and bigger. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your tail, lift your heart. And exhale, exaggerate your cat here. Really like exaggerate these poses, get the full benefit, even keep your eyes closed so you're not worried about how you look, how the other person looks. Move with intention and always move with your breath. And do what feels good. We're going to be here for about 3 to 4 breaths. Sometimes it feels good to move your spine left and right. And we're going to come back into a neutral tabletop once you've finished your last breath cycle. Stay in your tabletop for a full breath. And then exhale. Then inhale to curl your toes. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale and send your hips up for down dog. So let your knees be bent here because you want a straight spine. Feel all 4 points on your mat, 2 hands, 2 feet. Let your head be heavy. Let your fingers be nice and spread like a tree frog. Inhale to lift your hips a little higher. Exhale onto your heels. Let your head hang. Maybe shake your head yes and no, left and right. And we're going to find some stillness. We're going to inhale and look up at our hands. We're going to exhale completely and then travel gently up towards our hands. You're going to inhale to a half lift. Then exhale into a fold. So your feet can be a little separate here. You can grab opposite elbows if you like ragdoll. You can also kind of make like a waterfall motion with your hands. Just feel your low back muscles release and inhale to lift your tail. Exhale, let yourself sink deeper into your fold. 3 breaths. Your tail, exhale to bring your chest towards your thighs. 1 more breath. Then we're going to inhale into a chair pose. Right away, chair. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. 3 breaths here. You got this. Inhale to reach. Exhale, sink. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink a little more. 1 more breath. Exhale, fold. Give your legs a little break. Maybe walk 1 knee out, back and forth. Stay down here for a breath. And we're going to inhale and we're going to slowly rise. Hands overhead, extended mountain. And exhale. Hands to your heart. We're going to do this about 5 more times. Freedom breathing, breathing together. Inhaling to reach. Staying with our breath. A luxurious breath. And exhale. 4 more times. We can move a little slower and together. So inhale, reach. Filling up your lungs. Taking sips of air. And then exhale, hands to your heart. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to your heart. One last breath, biggest breath. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Then from here, just bring your hands for traditional mountain. Invitation to close your eyes if you want a little meditation. We're going to be here for a few breaths and just be in silence. Feet on the earth, shoulders upright, heart open, standing loud and proud in your mountain pose. Maybe you set a little love intention for yourself. And then we're going to inhale and bring our hands back up. Exhale, and then inhale and grab your left wrist, and then exhale to the right. And then if you want more of a stretch, bring your left foot behind your right. Make sure your biceps are right next to your ears. And then inhale to pull your wrist towards the right. Exhale, sink into your banana pose. Another breath. Exhale, sink a little more. Inhale, release. Stay for your exhale. Inhale your right wrist, pull it up. Exhale to the left. Feel all of your rib cage muscles stretching. Another breath here, stretching. Inhale up, and we're going to come into a 3-part back bend. So your feet can be a little separated. Pretend you have a ball in your hand, and then inhale and drag that ball across the ceiling till your head comes back. Once you're back, open up your arms to cactus arms, and then angel wings. And inhale, come up slowly. Exhale, hands to your heart. Stay in your mountain for a breath. Catch your breath. And then we'll do a fully supported back bend. So put your hands on your low back, and then it feels good to like flap your wings. So just give them a little flap. Then inhale to look up. And with the support of your hands, exhale and come into a deeper back bend. Then inhale, slowly come up. Stay for your exhale. And then I have one last little pose before we come down for our first vinyasa flow. So it's going to be like a chair pose, but it's called teddy bear pose. So we're going to inhale our arms out, come into our chair, and then right arm coming around so you're like hugging yourself. So stay for your hug, breathe, and then exhale, splash. Inhale, come back down, left arm, hug yourself, teddy bear pose. Stay for 2 breaths, sinking a little bit deeper. Then inhale, splash, open. And exhale, come on down into your first high plank. So shoulders over wrists, hands are spread nice and wide like that tree frog. And then push the mat away on your inhale, feeling your shoulders expand. Stay for your exhale. 2 more breaths. And then we're going to drop our knees, chest and chin, 8-limbed pose. So your tail is up. Push your feet together. Inhale into a cobra. Exhale, come down, forehead to mat. We're going to prepare for cobra. So make sure your hands are on near your floating ribs. Make sure your feet are pressed together and pressing into the mat. And then when you come up, use mostly your low back strength. So keep your forehead down, stay for a breath, then inhale up into your cobra. Exhale, release. 2 more times, grow your cobra hood bigger each time. Inhale up, exhale, lower. One last time, inhale, big hearts, big cobra hearts. And then exhale, come into your down dog. Hips are up. Walk out your dog if you need to. And then we're going to inhale our right leg up, 3-legged dog. And then we're going to exhale, sending our foot towards the middle or in the middle of our hands. And we're coming into a low lunge. So take your time. No need to rush this. We're going to inhale ourselves up, feeling stable. And then when we feel stable below, hands up. You can stay like this, or you can take a back bend. Back bend really stretches a lot of your psoas muscles, your adductors. Your heart is open. 3 breaths. Inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, bring your hands on the inside of your right foot. We're going to open up to a lizard. So walk your foot out towards the outside of your mat. And then gently bring yourself down onto your forearms. Sometimes it feels a little difficult. So just find your edge. You don't have to come all the way down to your forearms. If it's too tight, you can come up a little. We're trying to open our hips. 4 breaths here. So try to release tension that you're holding if you're clenching your jaw. Just breathe into your right hips. One more breath. And if you're a lounging lizard, inhale and gently bring yourself back up. And exhale into a half splits. Feel that nice hamstring and calf stretch. Stay for a couple breaths. Then we're going to inhale, curl our toes, and we're going to come into a low runner's lunge. So just lift your knee up. Make sure your left hand is placed on the inside of your right foot, and then open up your right arm for an easy twist. 3 breaths here. Optional windmilling your arms. You want a little shoulder opener. You can go opposite directions. One more breath. Inhale, bring your hand back down. Exhale, step your foot back, down dog. Breathe in down dog. Feel all 4 points, 2 hands, 2 feet on the mat. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale onto your heels. Do one more just like that. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale onto your heels. And now inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step it through, coming into low lunge. So taking our time here, not rushing to get into the pose, breathing into the pose. Inhale your arms up. Stay here if you want, or take a back bend. 3 breaths. Back benders, inhale up. Exhale, bring your hands on the inside of your left foot and then toe heel your foot out towards the outside of your mat and then find your edge. Do you want to stay up in lizard or do you want to come onto your forearms? Wherever you are, stick with it and just breathe. Remember to notice if you're holding tension in places that you don't need to. Forehead, jaw, if you're gripping hard, just try to relax and breathe so that your body feels safe. Just 3 more breaths. Inhale to come up. If you're a lounge lizard, then exhale into your half split. Maybe your forehead comes down towards your knee, maybe not. Just stay here for 3 breaths. Then inhale to come back up, bringing our foot back in between our hands, curling our toes, and then just lifting our knee. And then you're in a low runner's lunge. And then bringing your right palm on the inside of your left hand or left foot, and then inhaling your arm up. 3 breaths. Option to windmill your arm if you want a little shoulder action. Opposite directions. 1 more breath. Release your hand back down. Take an inhale and step your foot back. Come into a down dog. Take a breath here. Exhale, come onto your knees. And we're going to take a brief child's pose. Rest, a little rest. Going to be here for about 5 breaths. If child's pose isn't for you, you can be in a comfortable seat. Whatever you need to do, if you need to wipe off some sweat, take a sip of water. Let our heart come back to a neutral pace. Then we have 1 more standing vinyasa to go through. Couple more breaths. When you've emptied out your lungs and you have a complete exhale, inhale up into a tabletop. Curl your toes. Exhale here. Then inhale and send your hips up, downward facing dog. Hopefully your body feels a little bit more warmed up and this dog feels a little more natural for you. Definitely comes over time. Now inhale your right leg to the sky and exhale, step through. And we're going to come into a warrior 2. So for warrior 2, pay attention to your footing here. Your right heel should be in the center of your left inner foot. Bend into your right knee. Bring your knee towards your right pinky so your hips are open. Arms are out. Shoulders are relaxed. 3 breaths. Inhale, maybe sink a little deeper into your knees. Exhale. 1 more breath. Now inhale, flip your warrior. Feeling your right rib cage muscles get that nice, beautiful stretch. Inhale, come back. Exhale, extended side angle. Resting your elbow on your knee, reaching your fingers overhead. Inhale, come back up into a warrior 2. Now bring your left arm to meet your right. Point it up to the sky. Left arm comes down. Cupid. We'll do it again. Inhale your arm up. Meet your palm. Shoot your arrow. 1 more time. Swing your arm back. Meet. Inhale. Shoot your arrow. Beautiful. Come back into a regular warrior 2. Stay for a breath. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Choose a flow. Skip the flow. Totally up to you. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Find your breath here. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step through. Warrior two. Remember to adjust your feet as needed. Inhale to sink into your left knee. Arms out, nice and straight. 3 breaths. Another breath. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reaching your fingertips all the way back. Feel that nice, beautiful stretch. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, extended side angle. 3 breaths. You can take a half bind here if you want, or you can keep your hand overhead. Another breath. Inhale up, warrior two. Stay for a breath. Now inhale, bring your right hand towards your left. Point it up at the sky. Inhale, bring your right arm back. Exhale, Cupid. Right arm swings back, meeting your left. And you know what to do. Send some love to the universe. One more. Inhale onto a warrior two. And exhale, flow. Flow down to your belly. Stay on your belly. We're going to be in a little crocodile pose. So just make a little pile, palm pile, let your forehead rest there. If you want to be not holding any tension here, just let your belly melt into the mat. Another breath. And then inhale, bring your right knee at a 90-degree angle next to you if you're in a half frog pose. So right knee comes out, 90-degree angle. Let your left cheek be on the mat so your gaze is facing your knee. Stay here and breathe. If you're feeling more stretchy, you can extend your right leg. That's a really amazing feeling. If you ever get there, I sleep like this. More breaths. Now let's close up our leg gently. And then we'll bring out our left at a 90-degree angle. Your gaze can follow your knee and you're in this half frog. Again, option to extend your left leg for a nice juicy stretch. No more breaths. Now let's gently bring our leg back in to meet our other. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to come up into a brief down dog. And I'm going to cue us into pigeon pose. So if pigeon is not your jam, I have a second option for you. But first, we're just going to try the pigeon. So come into your down dog. Bring your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring your right toes towards your left wrist so that your leg is on your mat. Yes, so your right foot is maybe towards your left hip. Yes. Then extend your left leg out and find your edge. If it feels too tight, just be gentle with it. If you need more, and then stretch a little more. Otherwise, just inhale, let your head fall back just gently for a little heart opening. And then exhale and come down into your pigeon. Let your forehead come down to the mat. So for you resting pigeons and you feel good, just stay as you are for 5 breaths. If you're someone who can't quite do pigeon, come on your back and bring your right ankle on top of your left knee for a figure 4 on your back. We'll be here for about 4 more breaths. So if you notice your mind starting to wander, just come back to your breath. More breath. You're a resting pigeon. Inhale and gently bring yourself up. And then we're going to release out of this by curling our toes and pressing up into that down dog, releasing our right leg and moving it around. If you're on your back, just switch your legs. Now down dog, inhale your left leg up and exhale, bring your knee towards your left knee towards your left wrist. And then find your edge. Find what feels good. Sometimes it feels good staying up. Sometimes it feels really good coming down. Sometimes you want to pick up your leg. So go with what your body is craving today. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. So be with yourself here. Be gentle in your mind. Connect to your breath. Remember to release any unnecessary tension, jaw clenching, forehead. Just breathe. One more breaths. One more breath. And inhale and gently pick yourself up if you're a resting pigeon. And then we're going to release our leg out from under us. Down dog, moving our leg around. But then we're going to come back onto our knees and come onto our backs. We're going to do a bridge pose when we get down onto our back. So keep your heels towards your sit bones. Let your palms be facing down. And then inhale and push your hips towards the ceiling. Walk your shoulder blades towards each other, chin to chest. Inhale, push up a little higher. Stay for your exhale. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Exhale, slowly come down, one vertebrae at a time. And keeping the soles of your feet together, open up into a reclined butterfly, my personal favorite. And we're going to be here for 5 breaths. So if your hips are a little tight, you can move your heels farther away from you. If you're craving a deeper stretch, you can lift your sit bones up, walk your heels as close to your sit bones as you want, and then release your back. You can put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And just breathe. Feel the nice blooming feeling of this pose, like a flower opening up. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your belly rising when you inhale and falling when you exhale. Getting so much needed self-love and self-care on this beautiful Valentine's Day and Friday, day of love. More breath. Finish your last breath. We're just going to gently close our legs up like we're closing a book. So we're going to exhale and let our legs come down. And for our last pose, we're going to do kind of how we started, but maybe it'll feel a little different. So inhale your left knee up and then bring your knee across your body for your second supine spinal twist. Sometimes it feels good beginning and closing yoga with the same poses. It feels a little different. You feel a little more open, relaxed. Take another breath. And then we're going to switch over our legs, releasing our left. Inhaling our right knee towards us. And then bringing our knee towards our left body, opening our right arm. Maybe your gaze follows your fingertips if that feels good for your neck. And then we'll release that and take any last movements you need before Shavasana. If you want another happy baby, if you want legs up the wall, if you want plow pose with your feet behind you. Any last movements you're craving, now is the time. And then we will come into our final rest, Shavasana. If you have the time to stay for a minute or two, please do. If not, you are welcome to go off onto your next event. But it's very important to give yourself a little rest in between. So just let your eyes close, let your head be on the mat, legs on the mat. You be here for a couple breaths. So soak up the beautiful corpse pose while you got it. It is time to grow, to expand, to embrace the transformation that is here for us. For life is transformation in motion. We are always changing and evolving. We go through many processes that shift who we are, how we think, and how we operate. Life is always happening for us, even in the darkest of moments. There will always be moments of recoil before we spring forward, and there will always be tears to cleanse away the dirt, and there will always be labor pains as we emerge through to the other side of the transformation. It is only when we deny this change that we find a fight. Allow the darkness, allow the mess, allow for the contractions, for this is all part of the birthing process. Life is transformation in motion. Don't block what you are meant to grow into. You are meant to bloom time and time and time again. What is your soul ready to grow this time? Take another breath, and we will close practice right on our back, so no need to move. But I bring my hands to my heart, and I'm going to inhale with you and exhale, bow my head. Thank you, each and every one of you, for coming today. I love being here. And to all the sweetie pies and the lovers, happy Valentine's Day. Namaste.